Jaya Rama Dava Kunjari Hari Jaya Rama Dava Kunjari Hari Jaya Jaya Gopiyana Bala Gavriyaradhari Jaya Gopiyana Bala Gavriyaradhari Yashodanandana Brajan Sanjana Yashodanandana Brajan Sanjana Yamuna Tiravan Sahariyana Yamuna Tiravan Sahariyana Yaragamādava Kriya Vihari Jaya Yaragamādava Kriya Vihari Jaya Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Jaya Gauranita, Jaya Gauranita, Gauranita, Jaya Gauranita. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva. Tagore Haribol, 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 Nita. Lord Brahmi, Vam Vishwanath Parahans Parivajik Chara Stotra Sata Sri Srimad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vam Vishwanath Parahans Parivajik Chara Stotra Sata Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Goswami Srila Saraswati Maharaj ki jai. नामचर दास ठाकुर की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरवृंद की जय। ग्रंथराज भागवतम की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। So today morning we will read Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 37, text number, 36, and verse number 37. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम जन्माद्यस्य तेनातीतरार्थस्य चार्थस्य विज्ञानस्य तेन ब्रह्मा हृदयादिक ओम इत्यस्सुरय तेजो वारिमृदान्यता निमत्र धीरस्ति सर्गं सा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरश्च कुमुकं सत्यं परं धीमहि इदाम कल्पोतरगलितं फलं सुखं मुखामृतं द्रव्यसंयुतं पीबत भागवतरं सामलयम् रहो रसिका विभावुका नष्टाप्रेष्यभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती तमस्वके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुलं यादिगिरिं यत्कृपातमं वन्दे गुरुदेव दिनतरणे यत्कृपातमं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। ओम नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरो चैव नरोत्तमं देवी सरस्वती व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। Please repeat after me. Etas Gyantya knowing, Annaya Kipram Ram Krishna Iha Arbhako Dhanu Mukha Nirikhyartham Drashtum Yadu Pura Sriyam Etas Gantva Naya Kipram Ramakrishna Iharbhako Dhanurmukha Nirikhyartham Drashtum Yadu Purasriyam Etavjantvanaya Ketram Ramakrishna Iharbhako Dhanurmukha Nirikhyartham Drashtum Yadu Purasriyam Etavjantvanaya Kipram Ramakrishna Iharbhako Dhanurmukha Nirikhyartham Drashtum Yadu Purasriyam Etavjantvanaya Kipram Ramakrishna Iharbhako Dhanurmukha Nirikhyartham Drashtum Yadu Purasriyam. Mataji. Etavjantvanaya Kipram Ramakrishna Iharbhako Dhanurmukha Nirikhyartham Drashtum Yadu Purasriyam. Anybody else? Okay. What you are meaning? Eta this Gantya knowing Anaya bring Khipram quickly. Ram Krishna, Ram and Krishna. You have here our Bhakti, the young boys, Dhanu, Makha, the vow sacrifice, Nirikyartham, in order to witness, Drashtum, to see Yadupura of the capital city of the Yadu dynasty. Sriyam, the opulence. Translation. Now that you understand my intentions, please go at once and bring Krishna and Balaram to watch the vow sacrifice and see the opulence of Yadu's capital. And I'll just read subsequent verses, only translations and purpose if any there. Sri Akrura, text number 38, Sri Akrura said, O king, you have expertly devised a process to free yourself of misfortune. Still, one should be equal in success and failure, since it is certainly destiny that produces the result of one's work. Text number 39. An ordinary person is determined to act on his desires even when fate prevents their fulfillment. Therefore, he encounters both happiness and distress. Yet, even though such is the case, I will execute your order. Purport by his divine grace, Srila Prabhupada's disciple. Jai. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti explains that although what Akrura said was courteous and encouraging, his hidden meaning was far different. What he really means was this: your plan is not fit to execute. Yet, I will carry it out since you are the king and I am your subject. And in any case, you are about to die. Last verse, text number 40. Sukadeva Goswami said, having thus instructed Akrura, King Kansa dismissed his ministers and retired to his quarters. And Akrura returned home. Thus, end of the purpose of the humble servants of his divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, to the 10th canto, 36th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Slaying of Arishta, the Bull Demon. Right. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanasaka Chakrinitam Jena Tasmi Sri Guruvena Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Jena Bhute Swangrupam Kadamayam Didati Sapadandikam Vandeyam Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Shagyajatam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padana Savana Vaita Sri Visakanitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenavandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchani Gaurangi Bhave Vrindavaneshwari Vrishavani Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatari Vasacha Krupa Sindhuye Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam tvangulam yadigirim jatkripatam vande gurudevadinatarini jatkripatam vande paramananda madhavam. Om Narayanam namaskritam narochavanatam devi saraswati vasam tato jayamudiraet. Yeah, this verse number 37 to 40, we see how that Kansa, the evil person, most demoniac person, he is planning something, how to kill the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. And in the verse number 37, he is stating that don't reveal this about our plan to Krishna and Balaram. They just take the message and convey to Krishna and Balaram and Nanda Maharaj, so that they can come here. You know what they are coming from? Our acharyas are explaining. They are coming from forest, because Vrindavan is a forest. Vrindavan. So there are so many different forests are there. And our Krishna and Balaram, they are inhabitants of that forest places. So the Kansa, the demoniac person, is thinking, these boys are ordinary boys. Abhagyanati mangura prapadyante naradham. Because these people, they think, I am maya aprata jnanam manusam api. That means manam asrita. That means they are thinking, that means Krishna is just like ourselves. Like, the Abhagyanati mangura. Then because they are a foolish person, so they do not know, they speculate, they don't know that I am the Supreme Person of Godhead. Krishna has stated in Srimad Bhagavatam and Srimad Bhagavad Gita that how we derive names. Okay? They think he is just like us, like a human form of life. Like that they think. Okay? That's what Kansa is thinking. He is speculating. These two boys, they do not know about city life. Once they hear that they are coming to the city, which is the capital, city Mathura, which is capital of Yadu Vansis. So before, actually Yadu capital was shifted later on to Dwarika by Krishna himself, but before it was in Mathura, where that actually the son of great grandson of Krishna, Vajra, he was ruling over Mathura at that time. So from those days, it is known as the capital of Yadus. So that's what he is trying to say to Akrura, to tell them, you can come. Now it is, let's go to the city. So you can see there are so many nice buildings, so many fine streets, so many opulence of the city you can see. Like that, those who come from village, when they come to the city, they wonder, they are attracted to the city life. Like that. That's why Kansa is also thinking, when Krishna will come to the city of Mathura, he will definitely attracted. Krishna and Balaram, they will be attracted. Don't reveal that what the intention we have. So, how to prosecute him, how to kill him. But you just say, come, you can have a Dhanur Yajna. You can say, the Kansa has arranged very nice sacrificial area that is called Dhanur Yajna. Therefore, Lord Shiva's vows is there, and it will be received and like that. But his intention was to give Krishna a sacrifice to in that Dhanur Yajna. So, and in pretend just to bewilder those coward, simple coward men, coward women, Kansa also suggested you can tell like that they should bring so many enough yogurts. That before verses which read have yogurt and ghee. Why? Because those two ingredients will be used in fire sacrifice. That means they will understand, they will think, they will believe that Kamsa is going to make one big sacrifice, like Ashwamedha Yajna, like that Dhanur Yajna. So he is going to arrange like that. Then they will believe upon our words. So just out of curiosity, they will come just to witness it. Not only inhabitants of Braja, he invited all the citizens all around that place. Like here it has been mentioned in other verses that in verse number 37 itself, it has been stated, like Acharya is explaining, also you invite the son of my father's sister. The son of my father's sister, who is that? Father of Kansa is Ugrasena. And Ugrasena doesn't have any sister. Only Devaka, there are two brothers. They are the two brothers of born from they are born from Avuka. So, where is the question is coming? The sister of Ugrasena. So, the point is to know there are no cousin sister. Cousin sister means like Avuka and Surasana, they were two different dynasties, but they were living together. Like in our family, sometimes it is saying elder father, younger father. So when a father has two sons, so they joined family like that. Similarly, we can understand here, Ahuka, since Ahuka is the brother of Surasana, Surasana had sons like Vasudeva, 4 other daughters and Kunti, they were there. So like the 5 daughters, who are Surasana. So in that sense, Kansa's father's, that is Ugrasana's cousin sister is who? Kunti. That means here we can see Kunti's sons. He is also inviting all Pandavas. He wants to invite also all Pandavas. They should witness to how Kansa is going to arrange a big festival in pretend to kill Krishna. So, like that, Prabhupada used to say in his lecture all the times, what he says, the modern scientists, modern murhas, they know what they do. They try to kill Krishna. Okay? They don't want to give any importance to the God. They said they become godless. Godless means like there is a very nice verse. What is that? Then 7.15 Bhagavad Gita is a Mudha. Mudha is there. Like Mudha means foolish person. These are called rascals. Rascal number 1. Prabhupada used to say in the story. Rascal number 1, if you say them, they will not follow your lesson. If you say, go this way, they will not go. No, why should I go like that way? They always argue. They don't want to accept, about others' words. So they are called Mudha. Like, for example, in Bhagavad Gita, it has been given very nice analogy, like Mudhas are like, who are the Mudhas? Foolish person. Like animals. Animals, like two particular animals has been mentioned. Like one is called donkey. Donkey is us. Okay, donkey. So he knows, the Bhagavatam states, he doesn't know, donkey thinks, if I don't work for my master, that means I will not get the grass. Look, grass is available everywhere. But the donkey is thinking, no, if I don't work, if I cannot carry heavy load on my back, I cannot get grass. My master will not give me the food, any grass. So this is the foolishness. So animals, like that. Similarly, Bhagavad Gita is stating that who are these fools? Like so hard-working, materialistic person. They are also considered as just like animals. Because they don't want to know, they don't have any intelligence. Another type also, another animal is called as swine. Swine or hog, you can say. Even if you give a nice sweet halwa, Prabhupada says, they will not be interested to eat. Why? Because they are interested to eat very filthy things. So, similarly, also it has been considered, compared in Bhagavad Gita, that so many non-devotees or some neophyte devotees, they are not attracted to Bhagavatam class. Like just like, even if you give nice things in Bhagavatam class, they are not interested. They just like you are giving sweet to the swine, they are not interested to eat. Like that. So these are called mudas. Right? Another type is four type of mudas, foolish people. Who are those? Another second categories are like what is that? Abhajjanati namura pratyajjante naradhama. Naradhama is those who are lowest than among the mankind. Naradhama, like Jagai Madai. So they are called Naradhamas. Or you can, Prabhupada says, they are like so-called social and social political people. They don't want any, that's what is coming here, godless. They are godless, means they don't accept the supremacy of the Lord. And in the name of charity, they do so many things. So we can open our hospital, we can do like this, they do charity work. They actually they try, but when they cannot get Krishna, so what happens? They, in the name of charity, they may open different missions, okay, trusts. So all these things, okay, these are called Maya Prata Jnana. And another is category is then what are these? Naradhama, I told you about Naradhama, then Maya Prata Jnana. Who is intelligence has been stolen by illusion. Who are those categories? Like erudite scholars, scientists, jnanis, their knowledge has been stolen by illusion. They speculate, speculator. So like that, no, Krishna doesn't have like this form, like that, like a speculate. Another last category is what? Naradhana, then Maya Pratyajnana, Asurim Bhavam Asrita. Asurim Bhavam Asrita. Who are those who adopt the Asura Bhava? Like so many professional atheistic people. Professional atheistic people is what they say. Krishna, he is less than Brahma. Krishna, he cannot descend. He cannot descend. Okay? Like that. They speculate like that. They give statements like it. There are most professional atheistic people, they are come that category. Alright? So here Kansa is also Maya Bhuta Jnana. So that means he is godless person. What I was trying to say, yeah. So then what's happened in verse number 38, Sri Akrura said, "O king, you have expertly devised a process to free yourself of misfortune. Still, one should be equal in success and failure, since it is certainly destiny that produces the result of one's work." Very nice point. So, thing is that no, so many people they adopt, like fruity workers, what they say. They say in Bhagavad Gita, they say, they go for, in Krishna book, very nicely explained, karma mimamsa philosophy. What is karma mimamsa philosophy? Work hard, play hard. That is what American is, work hard, play hard. So get more money, work 12 hours, 14 hours, get enough money and enjoy your life. That is what they think. This is karma mimamsa philosophy. If I don't work, I don't get the result. But according to perspective of a devotee's vision, no, whatever is there in my destiny, it will come. So I don't have to hanker after that. Okay? I don't want to do so many different capricious work. That is what failure and success it is stated here. So karmi people, they think failure, but they are very much worried about failure and success. So there is a very nice verse for a devotee. What is that? Krishna stated from Bhagavad Gita, karmani eva adhikaraste. Karmani eva adhikaraste ma pharesu kadachana. Ma karma phare heturpur ma te sangasta akarmani. Very nice point Krishna said, explain. What is that? Karmani eva adhikaraste. Yes, you have the, Krishna is telling karmani. Yes, you have the right to do your prescribed duty, adhikar. You have that adhikar. You have the right to do that. Adhikaraste. Ma phalesu kadachana. But you don't expect about the result. Don't expect the result. You keep on doing your work. Leave up your work or result out for me. Then if you do, but if you do not do like that, ma karma phala heturgur. It will be after, then what will happen? Ma te sangasta akarmani. Mate sangosta. If you will attached, sangosta means attached. When you will attach with the fruit, no, I want to make $200 by any hooker cook. Okay? So that means what happened? You keep on working. Maybe you don't give importance to what? Don't give importance to your health, anything. Oh, I must make $200 every day. So many people are there, they're determined, I have to go outside today to work. I have to make $200. Then I will return my home. Finally, what happens? Then their heart becomes weak, they don't get enough rest, then finally they die. Because they're too attached to their fruits. Okay? That's what happened in New Orleans. I think one Bengali devotee was there. He was working, because he was a Bengali devotee, he was working too hard like this. He wanted to make money. All the times he was working like that. Finally, what happened? Then he died of maybe heart attack, maybe some other reason. He accidentally died. Not with accident, but he died because of his health. What happened? His wife was very young, and this wife, right after he died, maybe after 6 months or 1 year, after that, she got married to another devotee or another person, I don't know whom. So this is the situation. See, he was working so hard to accumulate money. So what happened like that? So we should not be too attached to this result of our work. That is why in that verse, Karmani eva adhikaraste verse, Prabhupada very nicely explains in Bhagavad Gita that what is that? Karma, there are 3 types. Activities is 3 types. One is called karma, that is which is prescribed by the prescribed duty, you can say. It is according to scripture. That is called karma. Another is like again this karma can be divided into 3 more subcategories. Like routine work. Every day I have to go to office and I have to do my job perfectly. According, I will not cheat. I will not do anything. Honestly I will earn. Okay, that is called karma. Okay, that's good according to scripture. But another is what routine work, or you can say emergency work sometimes. Sometimes emergency things happen, then you have to do that. Okay, another 3rd type of karma is called desire activities. Today I want to do something, tomorrow I don't want. Like those who are self-employed, sometimes they think, no, I don't want to work today, okay? I will attend the temple program. So like that. So like desire work, that is called. So all these three categories of work, they will give you good result. What is that? Good result. Result is in mode of goodness. Because you are following the instruction of scripture. Okay? You are honest at your work. You are not coming late to your office, or you are not returning office, very fast. You are not trying to take some stuffs from your office and put in your pocket. No. This, if you are doing like that, that means the result will be very sattvic. Sattvic means mode of goodness. However, another type of work is called, second category is capricious work, vikarma. Vikarma means those which are not authorized by scripture, like stealing, criminal activities. So these are called vikarma. Okay, what will happen? The result will be bad result. Okay, and what will happen? Another category is called, third category is akarma. Akarma means like if you are doing everything for the satisfaction of Krishna, you don't expect any result. That's what here, failure and success and that Akriya is trying to explain. Okay, so that means we are not worried about we will be failure or we will be successful. Prabhupada used to say, when book distributors, they go out and they try to sell books, like our Subhakriti Prabhupada is doing, very nice. So like that, they give up everything on the mercy of Krishna, whether he is able to sell or not able to sell. So they are not worried. Okay? So devotees, they give up everything to the mercy of Krishna. So that is called akarma. Akarma means at that time, that means what? It will give you self-satisfaction. Oh, I am doing something for Krishna, not for myself. That will give, that in that case, result is no reaction. That means no reaction. Okay? But some work is like even some renunciation of work. Renunciation of work means what? Same Bhagavad Gita is stating, renunciation of work means I am a sannyasi now. I don't have to do anything. So many pseudo sannyasis are there. They are thinking like that, no? Now I have taken karma sannyasa. Karma sannyasa means I don't want to do any work. That is not correct. Okay? That means, but we see in our ISKCON, our sannyasis is very well bona fide, and they are always busy to execute Krishna service. Even our Maharaj, you see, Prabhupada Maharaj, even in our Karuna times, he was traveling from one home to another one, and he never stopped his preaching work. So like that, this I have seen also another Swami, Bhanu Swami, when I was in personal servant to him, and he was all the time really busy with something. And you can see Maharaj will be doing sometimes, sending calendars to different centers and printing books like this. So he was very busy. Like that, all sannyasis, they are very busy. They don't spend any single minute in West. Either chanting or reading Prabhupada books and different scriptures, get ready for class, like that. They are very. So these type, but those who are pseudo sannyasi, like some Babaji Prabhupada gives one word, Babaji. After giving Bhagavatam class, professional reciters, they say, oh, you know what? My throat is drying. Can you give some bidi? Bidi means like cigarette. Can I smoke? Like that. Those type of people, they are called Babaji. Babaji means they are not. Don't take in the sense like in Vrindavan, they call Babaji also. To sannyasi, they call Babaji. Goswami or Babaji words they use. Not in that case, I'm not referring to Vrindavan, but outside of Vrindavan. Some Babajis are there, they are pseudo sannyasis. They don't want to work anything. They are idle. So that in their case, reaction happens. So what happens? The result is they get reaction. So anyway, Akura is trying to explain about this failure and success from this verse. And why he is thinking failure and success? He is thinking That day Mataji was asking one very nice question, how he was nourishing, Kansa is nourishing to such a religious person, such a Akrura is a very religious person, he knows everything. So how he is going to execute Kansa's order? Kansa is telling, go and pretendly, or in pretext of, we are a ceremony, Dhanur ceremony, you bring them here in order to kill him. Akrura is very well aware of all this, but still he is executing. Why? We already discussed that day. So there are several reasons. Here that is what he is thinking, failure and success. If I will be, so what happened, Kansa will bring Krishna, then other verses, for verse number 39, the Acharyas are explaining that what will happen? If I bring them, Akrura is thinking, he knows the position of Krishna. Because although he has no idea that Krishna is the supreme person of Godhead up to that point, but he had some impression that the baby Krishna killed so many big demons. So that means he must be a very great personality. So if I bring him here, he can kill Kansa. That was his hidden plan, hidden thought. So that means he is trying to say, if I bring him here, then Kansa will be killed. So then all the sages and the saintly person, those who are suffering because of his arrogance rules, so then we saved. That is the purpose. That is why he was agreed in Kansa's proposal. Okay, yes, I can go. And but still before that he is telling also, he is thinking, what is telling? Since fate alone determines the result. Yes, whenever I told already karma guna is a philosophy, how is that the people are thinking, why to work hard and get the result. So fate, whatever is in your destiny, it will come automatically. But that doesn't mean you have to sit idle. That doesn't mean you have to sleep. Oh, in my fate, if it is there, I will get $1 million, so I don't have to work. No, you have to strive. You should give your endeavor. And then the result will lead to Krishna. Then Krishna will give you. Whatever destiny you have, you will get. That is why, so here, that Akrura is saying, Jiva Goswami explained, that means, after hearing this with a desire to accomplish, seeing the Lord as a result, to bring about the death of Kansa. Akrura is thinking, I can able to see Krishna, number one. Number two, I will bring the death to Kansa. So that is why I have to, yes, I am agreed. Also another sense also, we can see, according to the Niti Shastra, it is permitted to scripture for the king to use force. So if you not obey king's order, what will happen? Or if Akrura would have refused, no, I cannot do all these things. But then what happened? Kansa could have used his force. Because it is evident from scripture, king can use force when some subjects are not under the subjection of, and they are not following any rule and regulation, they can persecute. Like that, since Akrura was a petty king, he was not a great king, he was working under Kansa. Like Nanda Maharaj, and they used to pay the tax. Of course, they are king, but that's petty king, small kings. And the Kansa was just like an emperor. And that is why he is thinking, if I don't do also in that sense, I will be prosecuted by Kansa. Then why not to obey his order, and let's go and bring the two boys, then who can kill him. Okay? And the final verse is, here very nice, that 40 verse is telling, Shukadeva Kasan said, having thus instructed Akrura, King Kansa dismissed his ministers and retired to his quarters, and Akrura returned home. Here very, very nice word, here is cha is used, mantrinas cha visrusaha. So, what is this cha? Cha means also. That means both. Who is the cha means both like Akrura and ministers. Here, this verse is stating, both are giving what? They are sharing the bad plan of Kansa. And ministers, they are also giving, they are feeding him so many bad plans. Oh, okay, yeah, you can do like this, I can do like that. And Kansa is being influenced by both. So, by Akrura also, he is supporting. So, here is a very nice point. It is coming to my mind that, we read also in Bhagavad Gita somewhere. So, that means if a materialistic person, person is working very hard, sometimes this saintly person is a very confidential point. I read in Bhakti Shastri, I think. So, it is a very confidential point. Sometimes what happens, saintly person, he remains silent. He encourages him. Okay. If a person is drinking so much, then a saintly person remains silent. Sometimes he will encourage him. Okay, go ahead, drink more. Why? When I read this statement, I got asked, what is this statement? What is the reason behind that? Reason is, Srimad Prabhu can answer. So the reason is that, and I am telling something, that thing is when somebody is trying to gratify senses more and more, he is more involved. In that case, Maharajas or sannyasis, like those who are in authority, they know in devotional life, they say, okay, let him enjoy. Why? A stage will come, then what will happen? He will realize himself, oh, what a nonsense I am doing. Like what happened in case of our Prabhupada, while he was preaching. So he made all hippies into happies. How? So hippies, they have already reached it. They have already known what is what in material sense gratification. They have already experienced. Okay? So they found nothing is there. So only the loss. That experience is sometimes is conveyed to them. Okay, if you are now, what happens, a father is thinking, my son, I think in Prabhupada's family life also. So when his son was not hearing, then Prabhupada said to his wife, okay, let him do whatever, and then he will come to understand what is the effect of working of that. Like so like that, unless you experience, materialistic people, they don't, when they will experience what is wrong with that, they will only come to understanding. Oh, what the saintly person is telling was right. Sometimes, even if you say something, they will not listen. Because those who are grossly foolish, they are very foolish, they must, like I was telling, rascal number one. Those who are rascal number one, they will never listen. I will not take name of a very nice sannyasi. He is so-called sannyasi. He said, as much as your path is there, then you can get God. You can go back to God, create so many paths, jatamat tatapat. So like that, they say. So like that, what you can say? What to speak about the others? Even Dr. Radhakrishna, who was the president of India, he was a very erudite scholar, like Mahakrita Jnana. What happened? He was speculating, and while he was writing Bhagavad Gita commentary, he said Krishna is a historical person. See, what is the use of writing such a nice book, giving commentary on Bhagavad Gita? But he is a PhD holder. So it doesn't help like that. Prabhupada said, rascal number one. So like that. So I'll stop here. Anyway, we'll discuss something. And we want to hear from Srimad Prabhu and also Srimad Prabhu Mataji are there. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you. You brought out at the end this very interesting subject matter that is in the verses, and it's part of the pastime. It's something that indeed you can actually sort of try to understand how deep is, in terms of being very cultured and thoughtful in terms of Akrura, because Akrura was a member of the Yadu dynasty.
Yes.
Actually, the Yadu dynasty, and he was serving Kamsa, who was obviously a very demoniac, unjust, low, selfish, non-qualified king.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, he usurped the position of a king by taking it by force from his father. So obviously, for someone as cultural as Akrura, he had to see this, that, well, this man is not qualified, this person is not qualified, but he is taking the position of being the leader, the king, and I have to accept working for him. Now, one may think, put yourself in the position that you have someone very unqualified to be your leader,
Mm-hmm.
and would you work for that person? Would you actually, accept someone like that as your leader? Someone who is doing all kinds of sinful things, and
Mm-hmm.
And obviously we will say, most of us will say absolutely no. In fact, we have to sort of like
Mm-hmm.
claim justice, because this man was being very terrible,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you have your king in jail. So why not calling for justice? Why not, trying to bring up justice, bring up, religion, protect that type of thing? But Akrura didn't do that. So obviously, there are things to be learned in terms, time, circumstances, capacity, all kinds of things. What is the good at the end for the overall situation? And something to analyze and learn from Akrura,
Mm-hmm.
because he accepted. But something that we hear how it gets revealed, throughout. Akrura tells Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti say, analyze Akrura thinking, you're gonna be killed anyway.
Mm-hmm.
He says that in the purport. You're
Yes.
gonna be killed anyway. So it's already destined that Krishna is gonna come and kill you.
Yeah.
So you're going to be killed. So therefore, his purpose to accept that position of serving someone that is unqualified and to maintain silence and to be subservient to such a unqualified leader, it was for the greater purpose of, freeing the whole,
Correct.
bringing a whole change, yada yada hidharmasya, establishing the principles of religion by Krishna. So it's quite something to see in situations in which we may be in a position of, not being in a position that we're experiencing a leader or a leadership that is unqualified, but for the greater good, we remain, doing our duties, having faith that Krishna will, bring things into place. So, that's, a
Yeah.
thought and something that you brought up. If you can also comment on that, your realization.
Yeah, very nice. Very nectarian. Thank you very much. Very nice. A nice explanation. Shiva Prabhu explained very nicely. Yeah. Because I was observing one point, you said that for greater interest, sometimes we have to work under. some leader who is not qualified, who is doing all nonsense, but for greater purpose. You said something for greater purpose. So like that, I remember one verse, that is, what is that verse? Rasopiyasya paramdushta nanivartate. Rasovarjam rasopiyasya paramdushta nanivartate. Having seen the higher test, having getting the higher test, the devotee, they discard the lower test. They don't pay any attention for lower test. Like, for example, if you are now if a person is in clerical position, if will be given an executive position, what will happen? He will not be interested for clerical position again anymore. Like that, because he is getting higher test now. Similarly, Akrura is inside in his mentally, like what he explained according to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. He is experiencing something higher test inside his mentally. Oh, if I can see Krishna and I am able to bring Krishna, he can kill Kamsa. So he is experiencing something higher thing. So he is just ignoring how Kamsa is behaving, with me and the others. So like that, he wants to do something more better way, with great purpose. Like I remember in our ISKCON Chicago, one time Gauranga Prabhu came from Bombay, and he was giving very nice class. I remember long before he came here, and he was giving in the evening time, he was telling one very example, nice analogy, I remember so many times. He told, suppose there is a very heavy box, okay? And inside the box, there are so much dollars, like in $1,000. How many billions of dollars are there? A box is full of dollars. So what will do? Well, even if you are not unable to pick it up, it is too heavy, but what you have to do? Out of greediness, what you have to put under my hair, or anyway, I have to take it away. So similarly, the Krishna's devotee, he explained, that means although there are so-called material inabilities, material disturbance, material so comes, still they are not waiting for those things. Why? Because they are getting higher test from Krishna. They are blissful. Just by saying Krishna, they are getting blissful things. Okay? So like that, he gave an example. Maybe we can apply that in a Akrura case also. He is thinking, oh, I have to go and see Krishna. Like that. Thank you. And yes, so
Hare Krishna. Yeah, my question is a little similar to that. Akrura heard from Kamsa, and he obeyed his orders. And he said, I'm so fortunate that I'll be able to see Krishna. And he was absorbed in thinking of Krishna all the way.
yes.
So he heard from Kamsa. He gave instructions. He heard in other sense. Parikshit Maharaj also heard from Sukadeva Goswami with great attention, and he was delivered, because both the speaker and the hearer both were very this. Another said Brahma Muhurat is a very nice time to perform devotional service. So it has the effect. Right? So hearing is so powerful, like though Kamsa was demonic, like he gave instruction, he followed his instructions, like in one sense. I would say like that, yeah. So yeah, that's one.
Then?
He was a demonic, right?
Okay, good. Only one correction, I'm sorry. Actually, Akrura not only you said only he was hearing from Kamsa, then he could know about Krishna. If I am correct, you are trying to say. So, he must have heard from different sources also. Oh, Krishna killed this, Aristasura, Krishna killed Putana, even at the lap of his mother. He's such a small baby, he could kill this Sakatasura. So many things. He must have heard his chivalrous things. So, he must have heard from different sources also. So just I'm adding with your comment. So not only from Kamsa, from also other sources. So that's why he is thinking maybe he is incarnation of Narayana or incarnation of Vishnu or something he is thinking. Unless until he has not seen practically when he was taking bath inside the Yamuna rivers, he saw, wow, Krishna is there, Krishna is here, Krishna is there. Then only he could know the real position of Krishna. When Krishna suggested, Krishna explained him, you are taking unnecessary mental trouble in your mind. You understand what he was trying to say? You are unnecessary worrying for me. Just relax. Like that. That's also, of course, a very nice bhava. There is greatest service when you will be in very anxiety for Krishna service. That's the greatest bhava, greatest bhakti. Akrura was displaying that. How to protect Krishna from Kamsa. Like what you are thinking, oh, I have Arti at 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock. I must be there in temple. So wherever you may be, you are running, like that. That is called anxiety for Krishna. That is what Krishna wants to say. That's good. All right. Mataji, you want to hear from Mataji? How are you? That is why Bhagavatam is called Nitya Tusanticha Ramanticha. Devotees there regularly watch. What is the nectar is there in Bhagavad Gita? And Navin Krishna is there. He is a Acharya. He has a lot of examples he gives. All right. Yes.
Akrura is in the position of a minister. So naturally he has the right to speak the truth in relation to the king. It's very interesting that he's going to execute the king's order, but he doesn't hesitate to tell him the truth. Like the result of work is going to be destined by fate. And also one may be determined to execute one's desires, but even that is, how did he put it? Again, fate will determine whether those results will be there. So, in a very simple way, he's really actually encouraging or, drawing Kamsa's attention to the fact that there's higher control, destiny. But still, I'm marveling at the fact that he can actually state something very clearly to Kamsa, who's so extremely demoniac, and have no qualms about stating it. So I was thinking in circumstances where it may be that persons are completely unconscious of the truth of a situation, sometimes one has to consider, should one state the truth or not? So I was just reflecting on that.
Good point. Yeah, that is what your question is, Simon's point you told. Yeah, sometimes it actually, on that I want to say something. Krishna detects at your heart, because he is sitting in your heart as Paramatma, super soul. He detects. That means, don't do this, do this. But if you cannot know or ignore this instruction, what will happen? So then you will kurute bikram, munnam paramatta kurute bikarma. Yavindriya pitra pranati. So you become very mad, no? I have to do this, I have to gratify the senses. When some flies are there, they see very beautiful flower. They think, this I have to enjoy. Then flies, they come inside and they get died, burnt. Like that, Krishna gives warning, yeah. So detects. Like as also you can say, Chaitya Guru, Krishna, there are two types of Guru. One is Sikkha Guru, means external Guru, another is Dikkha Guru and Chaitya Guru. Chaitya Guru is Krishna. So Krishna, he detects. Very nice point, yeah. But only devotees can be able to hear what Krishna is detecting me, but non-devotees cannot. That is why you have to be very conscious of, that is why I call it Krishna conscious. You have to become 100% Krishna conscious. Then only you can know what is what. Yes. Yes, Mataji. Thank you very much. So, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Vancha kalpatari vasacha, Kripa sindhu vacha, Paitanam pavanebhyo vastu yono. Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.